let's go continue with the Ferryhawks chatter. Actually, another season on the horizon.
Yeah.
Has the team been announced? That team hasn't been announced
No,
yet,
what they
right?
do is the same manager is coming back, Mark Manakazi. He's a lifelong minor leaguer, AAA, 10, 15 years. Such a good guy. So baseball knowledge, unbelievable.
Yeah,
he's more. He's still definitely a quiet, good guy in the clubhouse, but he's so baseball knowledgeable.
Yeah.
That I always say, how do you get like that? Like you're born like that? He goes, it's just years of playing against pros and just learning and. What they do is now they're just they're picking one player at a time to do announcements and stuff. But there's actually like a spring training that happens in early April, and they'll bring 50, 60 guys in, and then they'll pick the 26 for the team, and we'll go from there. We kind of have an idea of 2 or 3 that are coming back. Type of plays. Pablo Sandoval's coming back.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And that's another thing too. I'm in awe when I see this guy.
Yeah.
And then we became friendly, and now he's one of my friends. Like we talk on the phone.
I hear that he has a great presence.
Oh, is that right?
That's what I hear.
Really?
He comes in the locker room. It's quiet until you realize he's just going through his routine, and then everyone gets back to business. It's the most amazing thing. Yeah.
What respect for him.
Oh my God. But and the locker room, when he talks, you could hear a feather drop, not a pin, a feather. And it's just when he talks, you listen. And
how many years was he in the bigs? Do we know off the top of our heads?
I want to say it was 13.
Yeah, he had over a decade.
Yeah, 2 MVPs, World Series MVP. I mean, these are things that you dream about as a kid.
That's cool.
And it's funny, we have so I'm always asking them for autographs and stuff because there are people that always come to games, and I always want to help my friends. So I'm always like, hey, can you? So we have a handshake. They all have the handshake. So our handshake is after he hits a home run, we'll slap, and then we make believe we're signing. It's really funny. It's funny. But it's just a good presence. He's really a good guy.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's good.
What a great experience for those guys.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
To have someone like that with them in the clubhouse.
And he takes his time out. And, I mean, when it's, early hitting or BP in the cages, he takes the young kids and he talks to them.
That was going to be my next question,
Oh,
Chris.
my God. He does not. And it's not just fluff. Like, he's like, hey, don't interrupt me. I'm talking to, like, he goes over it.
Wow.
Yeah, amazing. Just an amazing human being. Really, he really is.
Cool.
Yeah.
It's
really cool.
Yeah,
you don't hear that often.
So
you don't.
I saw
hear that often.
I saw the notification for open tryouts, Chris. Are you want to?
Not for me.
You want to try?
Oh, you're gonna wear a purple hat, aren't you?
Yeah.
You're going with the.
I'm gonna wear a towel hat.
I can throw batting practice if you guys need it. That's really about it.
I say we go. We record it, we get a behind-the-scenes crew, and watch us pull a hammy after one bump.
I can actually make that happen. I can get you on the field.
How great would that be? Just to try it. And to see how we can compete.
I will carry the video camera while you do it.
You know what? I'll do it then. I'll do it. I'll try it. Right, Joe? I could do this. Right, America? Right, Stan? I'll try. I play ball. I couldn't hit the Atlantic Ocean if I fell out of a canoe my senior year. I didn't play at all. I was a designated runner. Anytime the catcher got out there, Ambrosoli, good job getting on base. Bavona, go run around the bases. Although I did have the second or third highest stolen base total, I think, my senior year.
Did you really?
Yeah, I think from what I remember. Yeah, I did pretty well.
You were
had
fast.
a good first base coach.
You were fast,
right?
You were very motivated.
You were first base, and Coach Tierney was third base all the time
for 8 years. Yeah, I learned a lot from him too.
Yeah.
I've been very fortunate in my life, learning. You know what? I always tell people, like, they're always like, "Oh my God, you're the baseball coach." Just now, and I said, "I'm just a guy that lives on Staten Island that was lucky enough to be able to coach in certain spots, and because I'm not the most knowledgeable in the game, I'm not the most statistical, knowing all that stuff. I'm not, and I'm first to know it. Like, there's always times in the game I'm like, man, I've never seen that, or like, I'm always looking to learn. But I have been fortunate enough to be at the right place at the right time, and just, I believe in karma.
Yeah.
Full circle in my life. Yep. So I've always tried to be as nice and generous as you can. And I really believe it comes full circle. And it has.
Mike, what you're good at is relationships. Right? And we were talking about this in the baseball community in New York City is, especially with what we're doing with this podcast, I think it's important that we send that message of unity and togetherness.
Agreed.
And for a long time, Todd, it's been pretty divided. And
it used to be the way you're talking back in the day.
Yes, and it's getting better. It is getting better.
I agree.
Come together.
I agree.
And it's it's little things like what you're talking about, Coach. It's it's doing things like this. It's going out to games. It's being happy for other people,
Absolutely.
grateful that this person won the city championship and your team maybe didn't win, right? And it's little things like that. And I think over time, the baseball community can come together a little bit stronger.
Agreed.
Absolutely.
In New York City in general, not just in Staten Island, but it takes time. There's a healing process, no doubt.
And speaking of the development of baseball in Staten Island, you're always guaranteed not just great talent, but some of the best talent in the city.
Absolutely.
And when we've reviewed the high school season team by team, which you can get your team's episode on YouTube, get the link, share it with your mothers, fathers, grandmothers, fathers, aunts, uncles, whoever. Share it with all of them and get their team and share it. We spoke about some of these studs who are some of the best in the city.
Yeah.
We're always going to produce some of the best in the city. And some of the best in the city wind up at CSI. So let's go to CSI. This season, you're not like you're waiting on the Ferry Hawks and not waiting for a roster to come out. Right. You have, real quick, run through your lineup. Who do we have returning and some of the young guns?
So some of the young guns that we brought in were like a Jack Kehoe from St. Peter's.
Oh, nice. We talked about him.
Yeah, so he was,
New York City Player of the Year.
I mean, he could have gone to a Division I type of a school, but I have both his brothers playing here.
Yeah.
So now I have 3 brothers playing on the team, and I'll tell you what, that's been an experience.
That's cool.
How is that, Coach?
It's amazing, man.
Funny? It's got to be funny as hell.
Oh my God! It's like
They're
having
good kids too.
It's like having your brothers in one room and you listen to bickering. Like if we go away for the weekend, they don't want a room together. They're sick of each other.
Yeah.
They want to be with other kids.
That's great.
But they drive in together. The 3 of them walk in. 3 months. It's really funny, and
it's really fun.
The parents are great parents, and it's just like and he's a really, really good special player.
Yeah,
he's really good. Yeah. He's legit. He really is. He's an unbelievable outfielder.
And Coach, you have a few kids from different various high schools.
Yes, please.
So Jack is a St. Peter's kid. His brother is also a
Yeah,
a St. Peter's kid.
I have
Farrell players.
I got a couple of Farrell
Tottenville.
Kids. Yeah, I got a couple of new kids. From Farrell. I got Weigel is the third baseman here. I have Fusco and Giovanone's
catcher,
freshman and catcher that play here now. I mean, it's St. Joseph by the Sea. I have Vigliotti. These are all kids that there's Staten Island. There's a lot of talent on Staten Island.
There is,
right?
Absolutely.
And now being Division II. You can get the best of both worlds. You can live in the dorm if you want, even though you live on Staten Island. I have a lot of kids that do that.
Some of the nicest dorms I've ever seen, by the way.
Is that right?
Oh,
really nice.
Todd,
I gotta check it out.
It's the selling point.
That's pretty new, isn't it? Is it?
It's about 8 years now.
Oh, geez,
yeah,
God, I'm out of the loop. 8 years.
And it sells every recruiting
really nice.
visit I have.
That's a big deal.
Yeah, it's really nice.
It's a big deal. They're full-blown apartments with living rooms, dining rooms, kitchens.
That's great.
Bedrooms, yeah. It really is nice. It's my biggest sell.
That really completes the college experience.
It does.
That's
the cool part about this campus, and I played here. We didn't have this back then. The dorms look over the field.
Oh. Yeah.
Like
right center. They're hovering over.
That's an unheard of type of thing. Like it's such a luxury as a baseball player. You can literally walk down the steps
and
onto the field, take
a lot of kids that are looking through the windows watching the game. And because
really cool.
You see the background light on it and their faces. Yeah, it's pretty funny.
And Coach, you have some new things coming, right? If I'm not mistaken, new turf.
We do.
Get out of here.
Yeah. So
it's
huge. We have a $2.6 million project that they just broke ground with the soccer field.
Yeah, I did see that.
Okay.
Yeah, and softball's next. They're going to returf that, and then they're going to returf us June 6th to the starting date.
Oh, cool.
And it'll be done February 20th. So I will lose the fall season in September.
Okay.
But we worked it out. We're going to go to a roundabout places just to get practice in and everything. I'll trade that for and the new field is going to be Columbia blue warning track without colors with black lining, and then the green and brown all turf, not a stitch of grass or dirt.
Smart.
I'm over it. It's just too much to tarp and to worry about rain. And
what's the turf they're using these days? Is it?
I don't even know the name. You know what? It was so funny. I sat in a meeting just recently picking the sizes because the infield's length is different than the outfield length, and
the density of the turf.
Depending upon what kind of kid you recruit, like are you recruiting a fast team, more of a power team? That's what you want to go by. Yeah, it's funny. I have a friend that
I had no idea.
Yeah, I have a friend that coaches over at in Jersey, and William Patterson, and he just got his field a couple of years ago. And I was on the phone for about a half hour, and this is what we went over. He goes, Mike, this is a big decision. Like, you have to really be sure of what you
got to think about it.
You do.
You got a fast team.
We do. So
that's good.
Yeah. So you kind of want the bunk to deaden a little bit. You don't want it to be fast,
right?
Because you know what I mean. Whereas the outfit you want a little speedier, so it gets through the gaps because we got. So you think about
Mike,
all that stuff.
Are you guys keeping the stadium seating?
So the seating is staying.
Okay.
That was the most expensive part to try and change. So we're going to keep that. Down the road, possibly paint them more of our colors because the old colors.
That'd be cool.
I think it looks great.
It looks great.
It really does.
It's set up. That press box is unbelievable.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, it is.
Can I throw back a little bit? Staten Island, you'll remember this when this facility was the home of the Staten Island Yankees.
That's right.
It was.
That's right.
This was the home of the
Staten Rock.
Oh my!
It really did.
And my story. I'll give you 90 seconds. Was when Tom Green was here.
Oh wow!
I was here when Tom Green. When Tom was doing Tom Green things, and he'd just show up places.
Interesting.
And he'd just barge in and do whatever. And he barged in, went up the stairs, and he got on in the announce booth.
And he was able to get on.
And he was announcing, now on second base, so-and-so John Doe. And then he pitched. That's John Doe. Like he went again. You guys can look it up on YouTube. Tom Green at Staten Island baseball field or Staten Island Yankees. Tom Green back in the day. Great story. But I just remember those stands were big.
So the stands
could fit a lot of people in the stands.
There was actually more stands in right field and center field that they removed when they left. And this clubhouse that we're in right now, they left this for us. This is where they changed, and
it's great.
This has been this is another selling point. This is
great. Yeah.
We are here 24/7. This is where we hang out.
That's just great.
It is great. Kids have a break in between class, or they want to eat lunch. This is open for them, and they're playing ping pong, they're playing video games in the back. It's a good atmosphere. It really
That's
is.
great. So and Chris, you spoke about that a lot in the previews. Each team is building that team synergy,
sure,
and building that team atmosphere. So you being here, you used to be here. Did you feel that way when you were here, and do you felt that when you were here?
You always had a family atmosphere. It's a little different now, Coach, because it's Division II.
It is.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, scholarships now.
Yeah.
The one thing I will say is you guys are getting a different level of skill and talent now.
We are.
Okay.
We didn't have that at the Division III level.
Agreed.
Maybe, Coach, you can hit on that level of kid is
100
borderline Division I, if not some kids are Division I.
Agreed. You are 100% right. This is a real job now. Division III was still work, but this is recruiting. Like I had to hire a recruiting coordinator.
Oh wow!
Extra coaches, and it's a lot. The summertime is just not a break. It's more work than it is during the season.
Jeez,
we're at every game. Long Island baseball heaven, all over the place.
They're everywhere. They're on the scene.
It's nonstop.
We are, and it's funny when we first became Division II. Someone once told me it's going to take you 5 to 8 years to settle in. You can't rush this.
Mauro, that'd be what?
Yeah. Then COVID hit. So those 2 years were kind of. So this is really
awful.
My solid fourth year, minus COVID. My solid 4 years
as a Division II,
and I really see the difference now.
Yeah.
Because you get a different talent. You do.
But and you could see the difference, Todd. Playing here and went to school here, you can see the difference that you guys are making.
It's great.
From the uniforms to the Instagram
all that
presence,
stuff. Even our
totally different.
Even our practice plan, like throughout the day, it's like the practice plan is 24 hours. We're 24 hours ahead all the time.
Okay.
So it's never like we're at practice going, what do you want to do today? I mean, that don't happen.
No,
Division III, you could have got away with that a little bit.
Yeah. Right.
Like, you know what? Yeah, let's hit a little more. The practice plan is the practice plan. When the time is up, we got to move on to the next thing.
That's it.
And then there's notes being taken during every game, what we have to hit on for the next practice.
Wow.
Yeah. It's
like I see that you guys are getting a lot of help from the actual school.
We are.
I see.
I'll tell you what. There's one. I hear a lot of horror stories about the academic side of school and everything. I can't thank or talk more highly of the academic side of the school than here at CSI. They are remarkable, wonderful, from the president all the way down.
And it could be a nightmare. I've heard some stories where trying to get a kid in or a special admit, or this kid needs a specific.
Just getting an answer.
It's hard. Just getting an answer.
I can literally call any department and get an answer at least, and be forthcoming and tell the kid right then and there. You have a chance to come here. This is what you need to do, and it really is remarkable.
That's great.
Yeah, it's been great. Cool. I have no complaints at all. I do hear a lot of horror stories. the campus is great. When you pull in here, I mean, it's gorgeous.
It is.
You got deer running around, and it's so funny when I have recruits
beautiful.
come in and I see deer. I'm like, oh yes, because it just makes it so.
Sure.
And you're still in New York City.
Yeah,
you're still in one of the 5 boroughs.
Exactly.
It's a cool setting, Coach. It really is.
It is. It's exciting.
I think you haven't even scratched the surface of what this can be.
You told me that once before.
I did.
And I was like, but you know what? It's funny. The last year, every time I run into you, we talk about this. You're right.
Yeah.
We really haven't even scratched the surface yet.
Wow.
I really think in time, this is going to be one of the top programs. And it does take time, but we're on our way to get there.
So you're saying development-wise, as far as clearly the talent you're getting here from CSI and from Staten Island and beyond is top-notch, but you're saying even as a program, there's room to grow and there's more to add, or what types of improvements? And Chris, you can piggyback on this. What types of improvements do you see? What else? Where else can this program go? You feel?
I think parents are very interested in the academic part. Like, what is my kid going to do when this is over?
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So we have to be prepared on, hey, these are the majors that we have. What is your kid like? This is what he should or she should go for, that kind of stuff. And that was never really on my mind in Division III. It really wasn't. I was just like, oh, he wants to come in. He could play. We'll take him. And then we'll go from here. But I can really pick and choose. And on a note is I've probably lost a lot of friendships over the last couple of years because back in the day, it used to be like, hey, guess what? My son's coming to play at CSI. It doesn't work that way anymore.
Oh, that's right.
And that's a tough pill to swallow for parents. It's like
and Todd, you can see the difference.
Yeah.
They're getting that like I said, that borderline D1, D2 kid.
Sure.
That if he was willing to wait and sit the bench for a little bit, he's a Division I kid. He comes here and plays.
Exactly right.
He gets on the field and plays,
and that's what I tell them.
It's a luxury, man.
It is.
It's especially with the portal and all that stuff.
All that.
That's right.
It's a game changer.
All that. Instead of getting any kid that was pretty good at on Staten Island want to come here, we're getting the top echelon type kids, like those 3 or 4 that are really, really good. They're staying home now because
that has appeal.
They get to have mom and dad's cooking. They could still stay home.
That's right.
Yet they have this state-of-the-art facility now,
which is perfect.
And it's Division II baseball with scholarship money.
Yeah,
I mean, why wouldn't you stay in your backyard?
Yeah,
it's a game changer. It is.
That's a beautiful thing. So you're talking about the Staten Island teams that have fed into your program. Let's get to it.
I'll go over like, hey, any kids to watch? Any kids not looking to go away? That's really one of my first questions. There is no other place on earth that when someone is down and we need someone to help out, Staten Islanders are amazing people.
They are.
And we have stories that we all know. We know.
Of course. Great to have you along with us. Going to be a great ride. Plenty of content you're going to get from here, not just what you're watching here today. Be sure to like us on Instagram or like us on Facebook. Follow us on Instagram. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Hit notifications so you can see each team's preview is going to have its very own video of the 2025 Staten Island High School boys baseball season.